Hello, this is John Paval with Access Arts Live. Welcome to this week's roundup of organ recital and concert live stream action for the week of May 19th to May 26th. I'm going to tell you all about it. We have at least 10 different live streams from all over the world this week. We have up-and-coming rising star organist, tried and true veterans whom we live stream weekly, a wide variety of organs, including the oldest concert organ on the American continent and the largest one in France. So I'm happy to get to it for you and tell you all about them. Before I get going, let me remind you, if you're watching this on Facebook, please like the video. If you're watching this on any of our other 6 platforms, please follow and or subscribe to Access Arts Live on YouTube, X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, or LinkedIn, wherever it is you may be viewing this live stream or video now. So we have quite a full roster. I want to show you quickly a picture of most of the organists we'll be talking about this week. It includes people like Baptiste-Florian, Marle-Ouvrard, who's there sort of in the middle, lolling around on the St. Eustache Church, a magnificent Vanden Heuvel organ. It includes Canon Martin Green. Where is he? He's down there in the left-hand corner at San Diego, St. Paul's Episcopal Church, and others, a number of newcomers. So now let's get to the first of the offerings because it will be happening later today. So I want to tell you about it as quickly as possible. And this one, I do not have a photo of this organist at the organ. I looked and I looked, but I have a photo of her wearing a nice skirt or a blouse. And let me tell you about this female organist. Tuesday, May 20th, St. James Cathedral, Toronto, hosts the up-and-coming organist Ying Quan for its weekly organ recital live stream at 1 o'clock Toronto time. Yes, that will be at 10 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast and 7 in the evening here in Europe, where I'm live streaming from. Ying Quan was named the first ever Peaker organ scholar at St. Paul's Bloor Street Church in London in 2022, and she has now become the organist there. So they're very happy with her. We don't know what she's going to be playing. They never tell us. I give you the link to the organ specs and tell you a little bit about the organ. It has 87 ranks, 67 speaking stops, over 4 manuals and 6 divisions, and a respectable 5,101 pipes, of which they are very proud. So that's today. If you're looking for a Tuesday organ live stream to start your week, there you have it. The next up that we have coming tomorrow, we come to tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and there are 4 different organ recital live streams Wednesday. So how you're going to choose between them, there are 3 midday in the UK, and honestly, well, I have an idea how I would choose between them, but let me tell you about them first. Wednesday, May 21st, Glasgow University Chapel live streams Ciaran Walker playing the Henry Willis organ there. He's the organist and director of music at St. Michael's Parish Church. That'll be at 1:10 p.m. British time. And I'm not going to mention the British time of the rest of these on Wednesday because it's all the same time. 2:10 in the afternoon in Europe, 8:10 in the morning on the East Coast, 5:10 in the morning on the West Coast, and 11:10 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Once again, we don't know what he's going to be playing. He is, as I said, the director of music and organist at St. Michael's Church in Inveresk, which is near Glasgow. And he's a graduate of the University of Edinburgh, where he won multiple prizes for organ playing. And he has received several diplomas along the way, including the Associateship of the Royal College of Organists. And he's not only an organist, he's also a harpsichordist, originally from Musselburgh, East Methuen. I have no idea where that is. I'm not British. The chapel organ was built, it's a Willis organ, but a Henry Willis organ, 1927. And most recently was thoroughly refurbished by Harrison and Harrison and their Durham workshops about 20 years ago. Now, coming up at the same time, or 5 minutes after that, there is yet another live stream. The second of the 3 afternoon live streams coming. This is a very interesting guy. Let me tell you about him. Wednesday, May 21st, the Temple Church, London, live streams up and coming organist Yarno Missiaen playing the Harrison and Harrison organ there. That's at 2:15 European time, 5 minutes after the one that takes place at Glasgow University. 8:15 in the morning, Eastern Daylight Time, 5:15 in the morning, Pacific Daylight Time, and 11:15 at night, Australian Eastern Standard Time. What can I tell you? He appears to be from the Netherlands and Belgium. He studied piano and organ at Lemmens Institute in Leuven, which I think is in Belgium, and he's currently at the Conservatory in Tilburg, which is in the Netherlands. He came out with I think he came out with a CD recently. Are my notes correct? He came out with a Bach das Orgelbüchlein on a CD about a year ago. Yeah, last June, 2024. And that's an interesting choice. Here's what is the edition that put out the CD has to say about it, which is a little laudatory. Yarno Missiaen is one of the biggest emerging musicians of his generation. They always say this about every soloist. As an active concert organist, he masters a diverse repertoire that ranges from Buxtehude to Missiaen. This you can believe. He's known for his subtle and unique interpretations, that I can believe too. He already has a busy concert agenda, including concerts in Knokke, Ghent, Tilburg, Rotterdam, Eindhoven, Maastricht, Amsterdam, and London, which I'm guessing is the Temple Church, London. So he's at about the same time as the live stream that will be coming to you from Glasgow University, playing a Harrison and Harrison limited organ, which was installed in 1954. It's a 4-manual organ, complete with 3 32-foot stops. Now, if you know anything about organs, then you know 3 32-foot stops mean they have some great big pipes, which make really strong, low sounds. That organ was first built for a ballroom in Scotland a number of years earlier, 1927, and inaugurated by the legendary French composer and organist Marcel Dupré. But it's been overhauled a lot since then. Most recently, about a decade ago, it was dismantled and taken to the Harrison and Harrison workshop in Durham and rebuilt by them. Now we come to what I think is it's certainly the most impressive organist of the 3 that are playing at midday tomorrow, Wednesday. I'll explain to you why I think that. Wednesday, May 21st, Queen's College, Oxford's organ recital features the distinguished organist Joshua Simoes of the Chapel Royal, Hampton Court, playing William Byrd, John Bull, Johann Sebastian Bach, and more. That's right. He is working for the Chapel Royal. He's the organist there and the assistant director of music at His Majesty's Chapel Royal in Hampton. This means that he plays at the chapel's round of services for the royal household, for the Order of the Companions of Honor, and concerts, broadcast, and recordings. Before he had that position, he was chapel organist at the Harrow School and then organ scholar at the London Oratory. He got his master's and BA at the Royal Academy of Music. So, you know, this is an organist who has, my friends, a pedigree. And what's he going to be playing? Well, he'll be playing William Byrd's Fantasia in D, John Bull's Salve Regina, an anonymous Dutchman's piece called Daphne. It's from a manuscript called the Camphuisen manuscript. He'll be playing Psalm 24 by Anthony van Noort, and he'll be playing Araxo's Tiento de Tipo De Septimo Tonio. And he'll finish up with the Prelude and Fugue in A minor by Johann Sebastian Bach. It's a very creditable menu he has set up, and he's told you all about it. So if you have to between the three, this guy has the best pedigree, and he told you what he's going to be playing. That kind of makes for an easy choice, if you ask me. Now, there's one more live stream. These are all in the afternoon on Wednesday. There's one more in the evening on Wednesday. That's coming instead from, where is it? Oh, yeah. I can't show you who they are, but I can show you what they're playing. What you're looking at there, that organ, the manual right in front of the pipework, that is the oldest concert organ ever installed in the continental United States. This is the Methuen Memorial Hall organ. Wednesday evening, May 21st, Eastern Daylight Time, Methuen Memorial Summer Concert Series returns with a bevy of 4 young organists from various colleges and universities throughout New England, playing its great organ, the oldest concert organ in the United States. The names of the artists, you will not, I would doubt you would know them, but just in case, Athena Zhang, Matthew Yar, Owen Cody, and Gavin Klein. And, well, this organ that they'll be playing has 4 manuals, 5 divisions, 86 stops, 116 ranks, and a very respectable 6,088 pipes. There are so many things that are interesting about it, besides the fact that it was the first concert organ brought to the United States. It was built by the German firm E.F. Walker and Company in 1863 for the Boston Concert Hall, where it was installed and kept for about 20 years and then sold and placed in storage. And eventually somebody bought it up in an auction and moved it to Methuen, Massachusetts, where a celebrated architect of the time, Henry Vaughan, in the 1890s, built the Methuen Memorial Concert Hall to specifications to suit the organ. They didn't build the organ to suit the building. They built the building to suit the organ. And that's a little bit exceptional, okay? It's not what you have at Notre Dame Cathedral or the, St. Eustache Cathedral and these other places which do recitals. This is the place where the hall was built to suit the sound of the organ. Anyway, it was completely rebuilt by Aeolian Skinner, Opus 1103 in 1947. But in the last 4 years, between 2020 and 2024, the entire organ was re-regulated under the direction of Frederick A. MacArthur. I'm not an organ specialist. I don't know who that is, but so this is a peach of an organ to hear, and they will be back on our regular weekly listings now with weekly live streams with organists of note, not just student organists whom you might not know of, because they have a killer organ season because awful lot of top organists want to play this organ, so being in their summer concert series gives them a chance to do so. So we then move on, I think we move on to Friday. Yes, we do. And one of our old favorites. Friday, May 23rd, St. Paul's Episcopal Cathedral, San Diego, live streams the ever-articulate and engaging Canon Martin Green, playing the organ with the longest history in that region, an Aeolian Skinner rebuilt by Quimby pipe organs a decade ago. Canon Martin Green, he just gives great explanations of what he is choosing and musically why he wants to play it and what he wants us to know about it. It's always a good mix of older and newer composers, American composers and European composers. And he's an award-winning organist, and he just really does the live streams well. It's always him, there's no surprises. That Aeolian Skinner organ that was built was Opus 1495 in 1969, if any of you want to look it up. And the Quimby pipe organs rebuild in 2012 is Opus 68. It has 4 manuals, 98 stops, 86 ranks, 115 draw knobs, and 4,933 pipes. So it's a heck of an organ, as organs go. I think we have 2 more organ live streams to tell you about this week. Well, actually, probably 3. There'll be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So here is the first of them, I think. I think that's what's up next. Do you know and like The Little Prince by Saint-Exupéry, the French author? You might enjoy it even more with organ, oboe, spoken word, and sand animation as performed and live streamed from the Catholic Cathedral in Moscow this Saturday, May 24th at noon European time. That's right. If you're in the United States, it'll be 6 a.m. on the East Coast or late night. If you stay up late till 3 in the morning on Friday, you can enjoy it because it's at 1 o'clock Moscow time, which would be 8 in the evening down under in Australia, if we have any Australians following us. We give you the organ specs. The peculiarity of the organ at the Catholic Cathedral in Moscow is that it was built in Switzerland for a Swiss Reformed cathedral, and they donated it to the Catholic Cathedral in Moscow in 2002, and it was transported there. All the pipes were wrapped up in clothes to be given to poor people in Moscow, too. It's quite a story. Anyway, this is something they do often on a regular basis. They do a concert with the organ, and they'll have one instrument. In this case, it's the oboe, and then they'll have sand animation. And there's a picture there. The organist is Maria Moiseyeva. The Lydia Miller, I think she's American originally or something, but anyway, she does this sand animation, and they have it on a screen in the cathedral, but you get to see the screen as well when you're watching the live stream. And what she does is draw on sand picture after picture of different scenes from the story that's being told. And they have an actress whose name is Ingeborg Lubomskaya, who regularly does the spoken word for this. And the music, they're playing Bach, Grieg, Schubert, Rimsky-Korsakov, and others. They'll be beginning and ending with Bach's aria from the suite in B minor. And then in between those two bookends, they'll be playing things like Grieg's Norwegian Dance No. 2, Schubert's Serenade, Rimsky-Korsakov's Flight of the Bumblebee. So it's just lovely, and I just find the sand animation so charming. And so I can always commend this as an organ concert to enjoy, even if it isn't strictly just an organ recital. There'll be plenty of organ playing, including those Bach pieces to begin and end. This brings us to Sunday, and one of our old standards. I really like this guy. This organist. He's so expert in. But also Sunday, May 25th, St. Eustache Church in Paris, live streams resident organist and showman Baptiste-Florian Marle-Ouvrard playing. You want to know what he's playing? I'm going to show you what he's playing. Hold on, just a second. He's playing an organ transcription, of course, of Mussorgski's Pictures at an Exhibition, or as they put it in French, Tableau d'une Exposition, on this magnificent Vanden Heuvel organ. It's one of the two largest organs in France, the equal of the other largest organ in France at Notre Dame Cathedral. It has two consoles, both of which have 5 manuals. It's got 101 stops, 7,952 pipes. So more than any of those other organs that we've talked about going on this week. The Riverside Church in New York City has more. It has 12,000. But all those others we talked about do not have as many pipes and as many possibilities. And I'm also going to put up the link for my live stream interview with Thomas Hospital, who's the other resident organist at St. Eustache Church, because he explains in detail the organ and how the architecture of the church suits the organ, getting back to the relationship between an organ and the architecture that we talked about with Methuen Hall. Anyway, and so that's like a 35-minute lesson of everything you might ever want to know about organ playing. And that picture there, that's Baptiste-Florian on Marle-Ouvrard leaning back on one of the organ consoles. That's the one where they play their recitals. And up above them, there's the pipes. So when you're there, another thing that's terrific about their organ recitals is they fill up several hundred seats. They mark off half the church with benches all around for enjoying it, and it's filled up. You look at many of these other organ recitals we tell you about. There's a huge cathedral and 20 people there. Not so here. It's full, and there's standing room in the back. So the French really love it, and it's a terrific Vanden Heuvel organ, et cetera, et cetera. Not to be missed. It's every Sunday at 5 in the evening, Paris time, 11 in the morning on the East Coast, and 8 in the morning on the West Coast. A perfect time for a Sunday morning organ recital from the heart of Paris. Come now. Okay, and now I have one more live stream that I want to tell you about. It's going on. Where is it? It's going on Monday. So I need to tell you about it, because if I don't tell you about it now, we don't do our next organ recital roundup until next Tuesday. So this is another intriguing. The Russians, they're never content. The organ isn't enough. Just like the Catholic Cathedral in Moscow was always adding other instruments, so too here. Monday, May 26th, the Tomsk Philharmonic's resident organist Dmitry Ushakov and clarinetist Evgeny Lukyanchuk play Bach, Vivaldi, Cherubini, Rimsky-Korsakov, Verdi, and Puccini. So hang on to your ears for this. All that opera. The idea of it is to show you what you can do with a clarinet and an organ, but it turns into like a celebration of operatic music, which I think is pretty amazing. We give you the link to it. The link to it is not on YouTube. You go to the Tomsk Phil website and you go to what's their news page, and at the top of the news page there should be a box that you click on that gets you to this concert. Give you more specifics. They're playing Vivaldi's aria from the motet In Forte Justissimi Ire. They're playing Cherubini's Ave Maria, Rimsky-Korsakov's wedding chorus from the opera The Legend of the Invisible City of Tues, as transcribed for organ, I guess. Yeah, that's what it says. Isn't it all? Also, another Rimsky-Korsakov aria of Snegorochka from the opera Snegorochka, and Verdi's Grand March from Aida, and Puccini's aria of Loretta from Gianni-Schicchi. So and Dmitry Ushakov, he's the principal organist there at the Tomsk Phil, and he, for a while, he was the artistic director of the whole symphony, I think, but now he's content to just be the main organist. And Evgeny, the Lukyanchuk, the clarinetist, he's a local graduate, Siberian graduate from Novosibirsk, and he's been the principal clarinet with the Tomsk Philharmonics for over a decade. Folks, that is what we have for this week in terms of organ recital live streams from all over the world. I hope that one, more, some, or any of them uplift you, inspire you, or just show you a heck of a good time. I mean, the clarinetist thing, I think, and the sand animation thing on Saturday, I think both of those, I'm going to be looking to watch them. And if you tune into any of these live streams that are on YouTube, there's usually a chat box. Check in and see if Access Arts Live is there and say hello. Let us know if we were the ones who turned you on to that live stream so you could enjoy it. And if we're not there, just say hello to the moderator and tell them that Access Arts Live sent you. Before I sign off, let me remind you once again, if you're watching this on Facebook, please like the video. If you're watching this on any of our other platforms, please subscribe to and or follow Access Arts Live on YouTube, X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and or LinkedIn, and we will continue to make sure that you get live links to more than 1,000 live performances online every year. Ciao for now. I will be back in about an hour and a half at 6:30 European time, 12:30 noon time on the East Coast, and 9:30 in the morning on the West Coast with this week's roundup of chamber music. And we have a terrific lineup to tell you about for that. So ciao for now.